Ladies and gentlemen, it is time. Wrong buttons. Welcome to Star Station, spawning in the bottom right position as the blue Terran player from Team Acer, down 0-1 with a very fast SCV being sent out. It is MMA. Cheeky little bugger here. Versus the red Zerg player from Team Western Wolves with a 1-0 lead. It is Czech. So, this is kind of interesting. I guess this is going to be the 888, the old proxy, ye old proxy Reaper 888, which we honestly don't see very often. I actually don't remember. I don't remember ever actually seeing a pro Terran player use this in a pro gaming match. But I guess there is a first time for everything. So MMA's SCVs here on the left. There's the barracks. I haven't seen anyone do this since like Heart of the Swarm beta, or maybe the first week of release of Heart of the Swarm. So maybe this is going to be something really crazy that we're going to see here. Maybe everything's just going to get completely shaken up for us. So Czech, however, has not seen this. He doesn't know. He has a drone scout checking for proxies on the north side, but nowhere else. And, well, he's going to send the drone out, and he's going to get that hatchery down to 15 supply. So this is very normal for Czech. The build that MMA is doing quite abnormal. And this drone, he will see it. I mean, he'll know about it to an extent since the Overlord Scout didn't find anything, which is very nice for him. But now he comes in, he's like, okay, what is it going to be? Is this 2 racks? What's going on here? And once he sees the gas, he should know it's the Proxy Reaper. And, well, that Reaper is now on the way for MMA. Spawning pool has begun. So how does Czech deal with this? Is he also going to take a gas, try to go for speedlink counter? That's an option now as he does start the extractor. There's the Reaper coming in. The drone sees, the drone knows all. In MMA, he's just turning away, getting his SCVs out, getting his Reaper. And I'm wondering, I mean, I feel like all Czech really needs to do, you guys got to try to get your Zerglings out and maybe use a couple drones for a little bit of fisticuff action and try to pull back the weakened ones. But MMA is actually starting a bunker in Czech space as well. And Czech doesn't see this. This SCV, man, this guy's slippery little monkey has jumped in, and now the Overlord spots it. And I think Czech's going to hit a bit of a panic button in just a moment here and be like, oh, okay, I need to actually stop this bunker, but I don't think he can. So this means that MMA is actually going to have a firm grip on this base. Oh, can he get the drone? Can he get it? It's so low. He's trying to dance through the mineral line. This is quite a bit of a ballet maneuver he's doing here. He does grab 2 drones, so very nice to start off this game. Now, this is a very, very aggressive way. He's sacrificed a lot of economy to make this work. The Zerglings manage to catch the Reaper, but he slips out like a greased pig, jumps into the bunker, and the second Reaper is here. Without that Zergling speed, catching these Reapers is so difficult. He's just going to town and everything here, picking off units left and right. MMA, all he has to do is not lose any Reapers, and he is looking so good. He's starting another factory back at home, so he's going to have a Hellion follow-up, most likely. Zerglings continue to come out. There is the Queen. So the Queen, most importantly, gives a bit of ranged stopping power against the Reapers. But with that bunker, he can just chill in there, regenerate the health. And look, this Queen's already so low. This Queen's actually almost dead. Czech does have Zergling speed coming in, but this is a very tense situation right now. MMA is bringing some serious cheddar, and there's Zerglings still trying to get some damage poking. MMA is keeping the Reapers in the bunker until they regenerate their health. Now he's stepping out a little bit more, and he's just going to town on this. He really would love to kill that Queen. The Zerglings, though, trying to delay that, does manage to grab the Queen. Zergling speed is halfway done. There's a lot more that Czech's going to need to hold out for. He's still trying to grab drones, and he's just killing Zerglings. If he can kill the Zerglings before his speed completes, that would also be fantastic for him. More Zerglings continue to finish. MMA's been holding himself in such a good spot to not die against this, but now MMA's actually taking the worker lead as well, which is a huge deal. Having a worker lead in a situation like this with 4 Reapers still harassing the Zerg player, he's forcing all the larvae to be spent on Zerglings. Czech almost needs to kill all these Reapers and then win the game with a counterattack if he wants to have any chance. SCV's repairing, and these Reapers are actually killing a lot of the Zerglings. Will be able to pick off the bunker, but the factory's here. Our command center's on the way for MMA. And Czech, I feel like we're about to see him put either a round of drones or a round of Zerglings, and that's going to determine where he wants to take this game. I don't think he can break a wall, so it's got to be drones, but the Reapers are still here, basically saying, yeah, try to leave your base. Oh, and the Zerglings are here on the low ground. MMA will have to do the dance of his life to stay alive, and I think he should be able to catch all of these Reapers just doing what he can, but unfortunately, there's not much left to do. The Reapers have all been, for the most part, eliminated, and these two are running for their lives, but I don't know if they're going to make it. Just one Reaper barely does escape for now. These Zerglings are still giving chase. MMA, he's like the mind game, the ultimate mind games for the Reaper. He's in the Reaper Olympics. This guy's got 3 kills, but the Hellion production has begun. There's a starport building a Viking, and MMA, he's just doing his thing. He's feeling pretty chill. These Zerglings will come up here. There's nothing the Zerglings can do though. All he can do is kind of try to make sweet monkey love to this wall, but it's not having any of it. As this Reaper is still alive, picked off another Zergling. Will it finally die? Yes. Okay. I wanted to say yes early, but MMA's Reaper micro has me second guessing myself as far as that goes. The worker count is still really close for MMA, and even if there's a slight lead for Czech, it doesn't matter as much because now MMA has 2 mules, which are each about the equivalent of, say, 4 or so SCVs. The barracks is being brought back, so he'll actually be able to move into stim and get that together. It would be fun. It's really funny. I've never seen a starport build the tech lab for the barracks, but okay, the barracks is still going to build its own. I was going to say he's still going to go Hellion Banshee, which is totally fine, actually. The amount of pressure he can bring up is so good. There's no third base for Czech. All he has is Zergling speed. That's it. And now with Hellions on the field, just Lings, he can't afford to make that many of them because he needs to catch up in the worker count. So these Hellions do have a lot of fighting power. And I wonder, how many Hellions does he have? He's at 5. Okay, so with 2 more on the way, he's going to go up to about 7 Hellions, it seems. Makes sense for how weird this game started. A weird number of Hellions. He's landed the natural command center, though. He has a 3rd CC completing relatively soon. Stimpack is on the way. Marine queued up. And this Viking, man, hunting around for overlords. There's no map vision anymore for Czech. He has 1 overlord on the east side of the map, but all of the rest of them have been tucked in. They've been tucked in safely, away from the monsters under the bed. And that Banshee is going to come out. No cloak this game. 3rd command center is complete, so I think no cloak means we should see double engineering bay, but he actually doesn't. He can't get cloak because he was on 1 gas geyser, so scratch that. Double Widow Mine being produced. I like this as a defensive posture, in case these Zerglings manage to get by the Hellions. But now the Banshee should see this, so might pick off 1 Zergling. That's nice, and the Hellions are going to get on top of the rest of them. Ooh, if MMA could catch these Zerglings, that would actually be catastrophic for Czech. He can't afford to lose anything at this point in the game. He's going to put up spore crawlers. He's building 3. Everything he has to build that's not hatcheries or drones in this position is pretty bad. He's managed to catch up in workers, but he's still on 2 bases. And when MMA having that 3rd command center is still really, really nice for him. There's also no evolution chambers for Czech. So right now he's purely units, and it's not necessarily a bad thing, but he has no mid-game. Like, I guess with this lair, he could go for the Spire, but even that's going to be difficult to successfully do off of just 2 bases. He has a lot of gas banked up. There is the Spire beginning, but now it's pretty much survive the next 100 seconds until you can get Mutalisks out. And there's no way he can take a 3rd base versus this Hellion Banshee setup. As long as MMA keeps his eye on his Hellions, there is no reason why Czech should be able to get a 3rd base up until those mutas are already out on the field. Double engineering base starting up for MMA. He's got the Medivacs production beginning as well. Stim is coming in soon. Oh, the Hellions and MMA. He's aware. His eyes are open. He's one with the Hellions and Banshees. He's sending out a drone now. Will Czech get this 3rd base? The Hellions are actually not in position to deny this, and the Banshee's moving away, so he should be able to start this, which is actually pretty nice. So Banshee's immediately going to get to work. He does need to be careful. Now MMA could bring the Hellions. He could try to make something happen. Actually, it's Banshee. If he just micros it, MMA's not paying attention. Needs to be careful. That Banshee's got so little health. And look at this. He's just positioning these Widow Mines. Another thing that's really been hurt, there's no creep spread almost at all for Czech. We're about almost 13 minutes into the game, and he's just now connecting to his 3rd base. So MMA, I think his opener was, for the most part, incredibly successful. There's no roundabout way of putting it. The Hellions finally getting caught by these Lings, but can you really say caught when they're in a position like this? He gets probably the best trade he's going to get losing all these Hellions. The Widow Mine still being an incredibly huge pain in the side for him. But now 10 mutas are on the way. This is it. This is Czech's opportunity to try to take this game back. This is Czech's chance at recovering. Mutalisks, if there's ever a comeback unit in StarCraft 2 for Zerg at the very least, it's Mutalisks. The speed, the health regeneration, this is Czech's ace in the hole. Hellions and Banshees won't do anything versus this. Not that there's any of them left to really speak of, but what exactly is his play? These Widow Mines in the field are actually still very nice for MMA because he can see if any units move across the center. The burrow is being researched. Okay, Baneling speed as well as Mutalisk attack. Double evolution chamber is coming in. Important to note that MMA's armory is also done, I believe. So MMA will start his 2-2 around the same time that the 1-1 begins for his opponent. Correct me if I'm wrong. Yeah, the armory is here in the back of the natural expansion. So MMA's pushing out. He's got stim. He's got combat shield. And Viking will actually run into these Mutalisks. So he can pull SCVs preemptively to repair. He can bring Marines down, rally them into the natural. As what is here? A few Banelings. There is one Hellion, and there's that Banshee, that old hag. Can MMA make some magic happen with this push? I feel like Czech almost wants to have his Mutas here. Widowmine takes out 3 Banelings. Very nice. Many more are being morphed in. Forces to cancel on a few of them. The Widowmine still getting some decent shots off, but MMA will be forced back. And now the Mutalisks are going to give chase, try to grab these Medivacs, but the Zerglings under them. If he could kill these Medivacs, that would actually be a huge score for Czech, and probably... it's actually this is actually very, very nice for Czech. This is about as close as he's going to get to a freebie to try to pull himself back in this game. The rest of the Marines and Marauders come up, though. Will he be able to grab these Mutas? He's actually taking some serious losses. Almost all the Banelings are picked off, so every Baneling he builds is a fourth of a Mutalisk. So he has to keep in mind the possibilities here. Ooh, does manage to pick off another Mutalisk with that Widowmine. And MMA is just streaming units across the field right now. He is in full Terran macro monster mode. I'm almost waiting to see these guys turn into Banelings and try to hit this mineral line, but here comes MMA, also denying that creep spread. He's getting closer and closer. His 2-2 is starting up. So MMA actually got his 2-2 really late, despite him having the engineering base and the armory quite early. He kind of forgot the 2-2, which is okay. It happens every now and then, I guess. But the Mutalisks are coming in. There's not really too much they can do. He can't really engage as many Marines. He has the reinforcements just streaming across the map. This Marine heads to the right side. He's got the tower. There's one Zergling on the map for MMA. And there's the scan. He sees basically just a crap ton of Banelings. This is what you need Widowmines for. This is why Widowmines exist. But he's actually going to build a Thor as well. I love seeing Thors in Terran versus Zerg. Something I've personally been mixing in quite a bit of. To a moderate amount of success, I guess. As he does continue to press in and check. He's moving these changelings in. MMA picks them all off without much trouble. And let's see what he can do here. Is he going to continue to press? He knows that the 4th base is on the way for Czech, which is really nice because knowing this 4th base is here means it can kind of stretch him. He wants to obviously saturate it, maybe move up to something like Hive Tech, but he's stuck on just these potential 2-2 Lingbane Muta. His 1-1 is just now done. His Carapace upgrade is beginning for level 2. So level 2 melee attack is also going to be starting up in just a few seconds time. But with 2-2, MMA might actually be able to just kill him since the upgrade lead is going to be so nice for the Zerglings. And Mutas are trying to bait him back, it seems. Very good. Ooh, this Thor is here. Actually, it's a great shot on the clumped Mutas. You don't really get luckier than that with your first Thor moving out onto the field. And he's still got a moderate amount of reinforcements just chilling here. And this, I think, is a situation where as the Terran player, you really want to just blast down that 4th base. Prevent the 4th base from the Zerg as much as you can. He's actually giving chase. The Banelings off of creep don't move faster than these stimmed Marines. So very nice. MMA can actually pick off a few of those Banelings. He still has this force ready to go in for a pincer move. Chuck has Burrow, and I'm kind of surprised we haven't seen any use of it yet. Would have been nice to see him try to just burrow a few Banelings to those chasing Marines and grab him, but no luck. And now what few Banelings that are here, having some trouble. The Mutalisk getting softened up a lot by the Thor. Here come the Bioforces. He's just going to try to knock down this 4th base. Is Czech going to commit? Some of these Banelings running in. Where's the Widowmine shots? Does pick off not really too much, actually. Burns out all the shots of these Widowmines. And, oh, MMA coming in with a backstab. He's got the Marines and the Marauders with a few Widowmines moving in. Some great Widowmine shots cleaning up a lot of this force. And here come the Banelings. Can MMA hold this force? He still has the Thor tucked back here. There's enough Marines, I think, to continue to press in. He moves some of these Marines as a drop into the main base. He's going after the Queens. Both of them in the main base have been eliminated. The 4th base under attack. The Banelings all cleaned up. It's just Marines. This Thor doing what it can. Thor is picked off. Widowmine sniped as well. And it looks like Czech should be able to shove MMA back while taking some serious losses inside of his main and 3rd base. Reinforcements are still coming in, though. And, man, these 3 Marines, heroes in their own right. 10 kills amongst all of them. The Zerglings still pressing with these Mutas. Man, he's like, I don't need Banelings. If you keep overextending like this is what killed MMA in the last game. He needs to be careful with how far forward he presses. But with these Marines doing so much damage, I don't think he needs to worry about it anymore. This game's gotten absolutely bonkers. He's killed 18 drones so far, 15 Marines being pumped out at a time. There's no hive tech this time around to save the Zerg player. And these 3 hero Marines, man, this 3 Musketeers up in this natural expansion just going to town. There's no Banelings. He's hoping the Widow Mines will act as his AoE. But this is, I mean, what more can he do? Just more and more Marines are streaming across the field with the Medivacs. He's bringing everything that he's got, and somehow with an upgrade, or with the previous upgrade advantage, MMA is still being pushed back. Chick's getting as good of a trade as he possibly can, but these Marines have just killed so many drones in the 3rd base and the natural expansion. I don't see any way that Chick can continue to reinforce. GG MMA takes game number 2 here in this best of 3 at the Dailymotion Cup. And damn, what a series we have on our hands here, ladies and gentlemen.